Welcome to the Academy for Men Hot Seat Conversations with Laurie Handlers and Michael Gibson.
And the Academy for Men is a division of Butterfly Workshops.
Yes.
Yay!
So the last time we spoke about communication, and it was Communication 102.
Yeah.
And this time we're going to talk about Communication 103. Now in Communication 102, we talked a little bit about how to have this conversation during sex.
Right.
How to ask for what it is that you want.
Right.
And there are some differences between men and women in this ideal. And so I want you to talk about that. And then we'll talk about this conversation, which is how to have a conversation after sex.
Yeah. Well, there's a huge misunderstanding. A lot of times women accuse men of only wanting sex. Like, there's been a huge accusation about that in the world for decades, maybe for hundreds of years, centuries. Anyway, the thing that people don't understand about that biologically is that women show love from their chest. Women express love from the heart and their breasts. Like they open and they open in their heart, and that's how they express love to men. Men express love through their penis, or in Tantra it's called their lingam. And that is men's love instrument. So when women accuse men of only wanting sex, it's really a tremendous put down, because while there are people who just want sex and don't want to connect, there are many people, most people want to connect, and that's why they want to have sex in the first place. They want to connect physically. So I don't like hearing it when women say that about men. I just feel like it's wrong casting. It's wrong understanding.
Yeah.
What women need to do is, it's funny. I saw this. Somebody wrote this recently on social media. I think my friend E.J. Love wrote this. She's down under in Australia. She said, if a man is out of sorts, if a man is uncomfortable with himself, if a man is acting sexually predatory, rather than ignoring him, love him more. And I just went, yes, we need love, and these men need love. So women need to express from their chest, from their heart, into men's chest, and let men breathe the energy down to their lingam, and then express love through their lingam, and then women breathe that back up to their heart. So an energy circuit goes like this between women and men, and that's quite possible. And if you think a man isn't loving, first of all, if you think a man's not loving, why are you having sex with him? Number one. And two, I got to pose the question, what are you doing with him if you think he's not loving? Yeah. And two, if you think he's not loving enough, or he's not getting it, the best way to get him to get it is to love him more and to communicate more. And so I have to say that.
I would have to agree.
Yeah, that's the difference between us biologically. And if we go into the chakra system, the chakras, my chakras rotate a certain way and yours rotate the other way. And so that's when we come together as bodies, we're spinning in different directions and creating the harmony, like of the universe, like the infinity symbol. Yeah. So I'm not going to get all into that alchemy of it right now, but
well, and I could add to that, and even said maybe in a different way. I heard Alison Armstrong say it this way: is that women need connection to have sex, whereas men need sex for connection.
Right.
And so, said a different way, I think that it makes sense that if men understand that that's what women need, then maybe we could then accommodate for that. So we could connect first. And I think that's important for men to understand how to do that. But again, women also need to understand that men need sex for connection. It releases oxytocin into our blood systems. That's the love hormone. That's what men need. But we need to have that activity first. And so knowing this can help us to really actually get on the same page.
Yeah.
So that's
be
really
educated.
Yeah.
Like, be educated. And like, remember, we talked about consent. So if there's somebody that you're not feeling right with, if in your gut it says don't be with this person, then don't be with this person. But if your gut says yes, be with this person, then at least give some understanding and compassion.
Yeah.
Never heard.
Yeah.
So now let's talk about how you communicate, like how we communicate after sex.
After sex, the best the best way to communicate, I think, is to really frame what it was that you experienced, your own personal experience during the session. And you can call it a session, you can call it a lovemaking session if you like, or just that experience. What was it like for you? And what did you enjoy? What did you love?
To me, lovemaking is a practice, just like practicing yoga, just like practicing meditation.
Well, I won't argue this point at all.
Lovemaking is a practice, and it's a very deep form of meditation.
Certainly.
On connection.
And so at the end of your practice, I would say having a conversation, lying in bed together, expressing what it was.
Or sitting on a couch.
Oh yeah, sitting on a couch. But expressing yourself to your lover and hearing her expression as well, I think is really important. And agreeing and laughing and all the other things that come with it.
But it's like, look, in football, you know, you have all the analysis after the game. You know, post the game, there are all these people, these jocks. They used to play football. Now there has been. So now they're on television and they talk about the game. Right. And they analyze the whole game. This play and this play and this play and this play. Wasn't they brilliant when they did this? So to me, this is like the replay and the experts who just were having sex talking about what the game was like. Because it is a game. So when we do play, so the thing is, it's playful. We laugh a lot, we play a lot. So now I want to say to you, I really liked it when you touched me like this. In very specific terms, I say, I like it when you touched me this way. It was really hot when you did this. It was super exciting when you did this. And then you get to say, yeah. I like that too. Or I loved it when you this and this. And so whatever it is, I mean, whether it's in the act of oral sex, whether it's in the act of just touching body parts, whatever it is, we do a replay. So it's like the Monday night analysis of the football.
Such a great analogy. It is. I mean, it really, and it, guys, do you get that? It's almost like after the play, right? You have the replay.
Yeah, what did you like? What was the best part? Where were you an expert? What could have used a little more room? And granted, I'm a person who can say in the middle of things, and I have said to you, I need a little more clitoral stimulation right now. Could you do that? And there's no angst. In the past, I could see myself going, could you just touch my clit some more? You know, like I could be like so... And I realized that sweetness gets me everything.
Absolutely.
And so if I just say it with no charge, even if I was feeling for a moment like... I can
actually recreate exactly how you said it. Which was, could I have a little more clitoral stimulation? And I said, of course. And it didn't take me very long to get you there. So, yeah. Sweetness.
Like you wanted to know what was needed. Well, I didn't know if you wanted to know or not, but I needed to tell you.
And it was perfect. And so we're doing a little bit of this right now. By the way, it also brings back the memory of that activity, that moment. It brings the moment present. And so having this conversation, even now, as we're talking about it, really brings that moment.
Are you getting hot?
I am, a little bit. I'm getting a little flushed down there. But think about how wonderful that is. You've just made love. You're having this conversation.
So you're making love again.
You're bringing the moment back and you're experiencing it again. It's really beautiful. Communication is everything. And I really encourage you to be about having those communications.
I've also said to you, I didn't like it when. And you've said to me, what happened to the back button? You could have done back button. And I went, oh, yeah. So sometimes I forget, but I say the didn't likes also.
Yeah, that's important. Absolutely.
And you do too.
Yeah. So again, in our communication, after the fact, we've talked about communication before, communication during, and communication after. Implement some of these techniques and these tactics. I don't know if tactics is a good word.
I don't like that.
Practices,
it's too warlike.
Let's call them practices. But implement some of these practices into your lovemaking. I promise you, it will elevate your lovemaking. Don't you think?
Just add skill.
Just add skill. Thank you, Laurie.
Thank you, Michael.
It's always a pleasure.
Thank you.